What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Facts and Stats. If this is your first time watching, this is your host, Everett Jr., along with me, the four co-hosts. I'm allowed them to introduce themselves, then we're going to go ahead and kick it off.
I go by Q914 on Twitter, Q914 on Instagram, Q914 everywhere. I know who it is.
This is Mark right here. That name right there. It's on Twitter and Instagram. You can follow me anytime.
I said, man, that's your boy King. For the loyal fans, that been watching us and shit, y'all should already know who I am for real. Be, used to us or whatever. But yeah, the name down low, that's the IG name.
Yes, sir.
Noel at Instagram, Last King Joe. You already know what to do. Click the follow button. Talk sports, man.
All right, appreciate y'all, fellas. As y'all know, this is episode 69. So if you're new to this, just new to us and following us, subscribing, checking out. It's a platform we're going to talk about all different type of topics for y'all going forward. Today's episode, we're going to talk about a little bit about the Rich Paul lawsuit. Maybe Imani Bates committing to Memphis. Maybe even the Kodak and Jack Boy beef that it was crazy yesterday. They went live together for a short period of time, but a lot sort of kind of happened with their little situation. To kick this episode off, we're gonna go ahead and talk about Rich Paul lawsuit and Nerlens Noel. It's a little interesting topic to me because around the league we all know LeBron brung Rich Paul up pretty much. He didn't go to college, he didn't do none of that. LeBron, good friend. LeBron put him on. He started Clutch Sports, and Clutch Sports is now one of the biggest agencies in the world. Nerlens Noel situation. A couple years ago, the Mavericks tried to sign him to a 4-year, $72 million deal. According to Nerlens, Rich Paul was like, try to get a max contract instead. So when Nerlens tried to get a max contract, Mark Cuban sort of kind of like backed off. And Nerlens sort of kind of settled for a bet on yourself type of deal with the New York Knicks, which was ultimately a 1-year, $1.4 million deal. So that's like 71. Sort of kind of what Dennis Schroeder happened this offseason. What's your thoughts on that? And now Nerlens Noel is now suing Clutch Sports for that whole thing because he feel like he missed out on a lot of money. King, interesting topic. You got a wise mind. You got a wise brain. What's your thoughts on that right there?
Hmm. Damn, why you had to start with me first?
Yeah.
Shit, anybody can speak. Speak.
Well,
it's-
real quick,
okay.
I'll go a little bit more in depth. The contract was it was a 3-year, $70 million deal that he had on the table from the Dallas Mavericks, which Rich Paul had advised him that he could potentially earn a $100 million deal, but in order to do that, he would have to sever ties with his current agent at the time, and he would have to turn down the 3-year, $70 million and take a 1-year minimum. Um, to bet on himself like Ev just said. And this was at a Ben Simmons birthday dinner or something. This was before there was really even player and agent. His other agent was a guy named Happy Walters or something like that. So that's another thing. He took the minimum, and then the next free agency period, he was injured that prior season. So he had some type of thumb injury or something, which caused him to miss like 42 games or something. Uh, he wasn't getting nowhere near 100 million, but there were other teams such as the Philadelphia 76ers and the Rockets, and it's another team I'm forgetting, I think, that was looking to offer him something. They hit up Rich Paul, and they said that Rich Paul just never got back to them.
Right. Right. That's basically what happened. Um, Shit, talk to me. What y'all think about that?
Yeah, that's funny as a motherfucker. But that's sad, but that's funny as shit, bro. It's like, come on, dog. Like I feel as though some NBA players, like, of course, like it was somebody that got like 64 million or something. He barely seen any playing time. So sometimes, I mean, I get a lot of people want better than themselves, but sometimes, man, if you know you in a position like, all right, you're not gonna be a superstar anytime soon. You just gotta accept your role, do what you do, and 3 years, 74. We said Q
3
70,
years, 70.
3 years, 70. Okay, $4
Yeah.
million off. Shoot, I took that. Like, bro, like, I mean, I get Rich was trying to put him in a better situation, but come on, son, there's Nerlens Noel, bro. Like, I don't think he wasn't gonna get anything higher than that for real. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure he didn't see himself getting injured in the future. But sometimes, bro, it's like the type of player you are, and all that. You just gotta accept what's given to you. You just gotta accept it right then and there. And we see what happened with two players. They better than themselves, and they backfired on both. Got Dennis Schroeder went from 84 to $5 million. So it was just like, I don't get, like, it's like you want to feel bad.
So
for
you
him,
so
but it's like,
you're on the side of accountability on Nerlens Noel's part and him being more self-aware, and you think, chasing $100 million deal and your Nerlens Noel is kind of like, you knew the risk you were taking type.
Yeah, he knows the risk he was taking. He's a grown man. He knows.
I mean, I wouldn't say he got that many years left to play. I mean, he's like, he's not fresh out, but you know what I'm saying. He's pretty much up there in age. You know what I'm saying, to be asking for like big money. It's like, bro.
I'm not saying he don't deserve it, but I'm just saying like he might not even get that, like, unless he like goes OD for the rest of his
Well, no,
career.
he's not getting it. He's not getting it now. He got a whole totally different contract.
Yeah,
Now.
He got 3 years, like 27 mil with the Knicks.
He's trying to sue Rich Paul for the $58 million that he lost in turning down the $70 million deal.
I mean, to be honest with you, this is on Rich Paul. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Yeah, I was hoping you said that because a lot of people think Noel like you gotta say fuck that, take that money, fuck my agent. You gotta really listen to your agent. That's why they're your agent. You know what I'm saying?
if you're Rich Paul, perfect example. LeBron brought Rich Paul, and Rich Paul is one of like Ev was saying. Rich Paul is one of the most known agents in the world, bro. Like, he is the founder he is Clutch Sports, literally. When you're an athlete and you're looking to looking for a partnership, you want to go to Clutch Sports. If Clutch Sports offers you a deal, it's like LeBron James, oh my God, Ben Simmons, all these athletes have endorsements and sponsorships and deals with their brand.
But you got
Nerlens Noel is a player that is like, if I go sign with Rich Paul, he's thinking in his head he's gonna be the best person for me because he's able to get me this money that I want, because he gets money for everybody else that's on his team. Every other player has gotten
one thing you gotta remember though, like in an agency, is priorities. It's other guys that have priorities. So like LeBron James, the Anthony Davises, and Ben Simmons, the All-Stars, they're the top priority of the agency. A guy like other guys who signed the Clutch, like Nerlens Noel in this case, and guys like who else they had? They had who was the rookie in Miami?
Who?
which
What year?
one? Just
Tyler Hero? Or no, not Tyler.
No.
Justice Winslow?
No. Nobody, not a rookie now. Like a while ago, was it Shabazz?
Shabazz
Napier.
Napier. What about him?
Was he with? I think it's other guys with Clutch, because when I was reading up on the topic, they were saying how like lesser known players, like like worse players, they're not as high on the priority. So this could have been like the case with Nerlens Noel. It's like when he got hurt, he was just like.
What about Justice Winslow?
They have a lot of clients. They got Gary Trent Jr., they have Terrence Ross, DeJounte Murray, they have Tyrese Maxey, Tyler Warren Tucker, Montrezl Harrell, Draymond Green, Darius Garligan, Anthony Edwards, Anthony Davis, Jordan Clarkson, Terrence Clark. These are all players that are not whack. These are all players that are semi-starters to decent bench players to more of a bench player depending on the team and unit.
Yeah, exactly. A bench player isn't gonna have the same priority as an all-star. That's what I'm saying.
You gotta think at the level of stature all the players is on, right?
That's what I'm saying. And it's all one agency.
And Nerlens Noel hasn't been talked about since his college days, for real. Like when he came in the league, everybody expected him to be.
He was a top 7 pick. Like, he was drafted like Philly top. I think he was a 6th or 7th pick.
He was one of the 15 centers that Philly drafted.
Yeah.
Career he was injured. Then that's when Philly was going through the process where they had Jahlil Okafor and they had Joel and then they had Noel. So they had three centers. And obviously
Right.
they kept, and then they got rid of the other two. And to be honest, to me, Noel has not been a whack player. He has just been a player that has been.
It's not about him being a whack player or anything. It's the fact that the reason why he's suing is because he feels that Rich Paul was negligent in representing him because, during that offseason, it was teams that was trying to get in contact with Clutch Agency about Nerlens Noel, inquiring about him.
That's
and Rich
fucked up.
Paul
that's
never hit him back.
That's
But
fucked up.
one thing where it gets tricky at is like when they take it to court, he's suing for 58 million. I don't know if he could get 58 million from Rich Paul, because it's a situation like, one, you had an agent when Rich Paul approached you. You already had an agent and you had a deal on the table and you cut ties with your agent and you went to Rich Paul and you took the gamble. And then the other thing is the teams that was offering, it's not guaranteed that they was gonna offer you, that money that you suing Rich Paul for. So that's the thing where it gets kind of tricky.
And that's what I said about his self accountability, because you already had an agent. Like another agent came to you saying, "Oh, you left him." So
yeah, but you gonna do what you got to do to put yourself in the best position, though.
But at the same time, but at the same time,
if you're an athlete and Rock Nation comes to you, or
right, yeah.
But at the same time, you got
a different type of mojo. Like, these are guys that have endorsement deals, like, off the table, off rip. Like, they got connections. They know everybody in Nike and all these sponsorships, like all these brands. They know everybody that they have to associate themselves with in order for their player to make some market money and some playing money. And it's like Noel, if Noel's was like, okay, Rich Paul represents Ben Simmons and he represents these other guys, and these guys getting these type of contracts.
Exactly.
If Rich Paul is my agent, I'm going to sleep fine. Like, I'm probably going to get a decent 2-3 year, at least 30 million contract, because I know I'm not whack myself. Like,
but okay. So how long has Nerlens Noel been in the league?
It's been
like 9 years.
Man,
like 9
years.
Like 9. He came from Kentucky. He did 1 year. Yeah.
So are we? So can we? Is it safe to say that he's an injury prone player?
Yeah,
he was coming up. He was, because I remember his college season when they were even like reporting him and covering him, he was hurt or something with some type of injury.
This is the thing. Like, if you're an injury prone player, and a team takes that chance on you to give you 72 million.
But Birdie,
other teams ain't gonna give you that chance.
I'm being realistic though. I promise you, I can almost promise you this. No athlete thinks in their head I'm injury prone.
Not saying.
So he's not gonna be thinking like, damn.
But
I got hurt last year. I might get hurt next year. Nah,
but not the athlete ever. I get you. My bad on that. I get you. Not the athlete. The owners, the GMs, and all that going to think, all right, this man injury prone, but I'm gonna give him 72 million. I'm gonna take a chance with him because I know how many teams. I know these other 30 GMs not gonna take no chance with him, and you reject my offer knowing everybody else knows you injury prone, so they're not going to give you that much money at all.
I mean, a lot of centers, a lot of teams can use the backup center. That's a great rim defender, bro. He has one of the best rim defenders.
But you gotta remember, he was chasing 100 million.
Yeah,
and turned down.
Yeah, because Rich Paul told him to do that. Rich Paul told him to seek a max contract.
Yeah, a sports agent.
But he didn't have. But it was his fault. Like, it was his choice to go along with type shit.
I don't think it was backfire.
He had to make the decision. It wasn't
this article right here, which goes back to what I said before about like the priority. It says right here. It says, hold on, I just lost it. I'm gonna find it. It says right here, Noel, learning that Paul had a history of mismanaging and ignoring other clients and costing them significant money. He believed that Paul and Clutch Sports were only focused on serving their marquee clients and did not have the capacity to serve Noel as well as players such as Norris Cole or Shabazz Muhammad. That's who I was thinking of. It was somebody with an S. It was Shabazz Muhammad. And so That's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
guys like that on that lower tier, they're not getting that same
Shit, he
treatment
got Shabazz a
as
good
the upper
contract.
echelon. Yeah, he got Shabazz a good
Shabazz got like
contract.
60 mil if I can recall that. Yeah, that was back in the
Well,
day
is
too.
that
Like 40 to 60 mil. He got Shabazz, bro. And Shabazz wasn't even that type of player, but he had potential for sure. But I mean, he fell out the league, so
I mean,
you
hey,
know.
it says he he had a history of mismanaging guys, so
But
that's
yeah,
where
yes.
it gets,
Yeah, I agree with both points. Honestly, he can go ahead.
how y'all think it'll go. And like the court, we ain't no
Shit.
law experts or nothing, but
Right.
just say
I'm not a law expert or nothing, but I don't see it.
I wanted to
I don't see Noel.
I kind of know about this a little bit. So
Talk
probably
to us.
they probably gonna come to an agreement. It's either gonna be a verdict or that he's not gonna find guilty. If they come to an agreement, they're probably gonna reach
a
undisclosed
settlement.
money,
Yeah.
which would probably be less than the 57 mil. Depending, it all depends on what
That's a lot of
evidence.
money.
It is a lot of money,
Shit, you can
but
cut that to 30. That's still a lot of money. Damn.
yeah. So I don't think he will receive
They
everything,
get a lot
but
of
based
money,
on
man.
the evidence, if the court finds him content of like the article said of him mismanaging other players, then that favors Noel's point, and therefore he would receive some type of compensation because that will show a pattern of behavior and that will show a pattern of this is not the only client that he has done this with. So the court will probably be more in favor of giving him undisclosed lawsuit money in terms of paid out and shit like that. But if Rich Paul wins, then it's gonna get tricky now because agent it's gonna seem like agents now have the superiority. So now athletes are under voice, and that's gonna cause a whole other conflict within itself as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know, because at the end of the day, you could always cut ties with an agent, like he did to his first agent. At
Okay.
the end of the day, it was and picked Rich Paul. But
You
I feel
when you
like
think about Rich Paul, Q, like you think about okay, Rich Paul is a superstar agent. Everybody would like if you're a top athlete, who do you want to go to? Rich Paul. Now that will probably if you're a top
it's not that easy because it depends on who you are. If I'm like if I know I'm one of the best, then yeah, I'll go to Rich Paul. But if I know I'm if I know if I go there, I'm not gonna be one of the top priorities because I'm not one of the marquee guys, then I'm not gonna go over there. I'm
but
gonna
that
go
Exactly.
to
pays his
a
money
smaller
because
agency.
now it's the liability and who can I even trust you to represent myself no matter how elite you are
It's
now.
plenty of good agencies. Rich Paul is not. He doesn't have a
Yeah, you're not the
monopoly
only. You're not the only one.
on agency.
Yeah, of course not. But
So I don't think it'll be like no situation where like you could look at it and like agents got these players by thread. Because at the end of the day, it's like they still got the power to relinquish and cut ties with any agent. Like
I'll
with
argue.
Nerlens, he did that on his own. Like that's the decision he made.
Right.
All right, Q. I'll argue this with you. Why was it that the NCAA was coming up with a rule that if you're an agent, you're supposed to have some type of college, you're supposed to be college or like why was that rule coming out and
College
then
background.
back down on that?
I mean, of course, I mean a lot of that had to do with Rich Paul, but that's just
Yeah.
with him just being powerful and just
That's
him building himself up.
That's my
But he's taking clients away from guys, and people don't like it, especially when you consider the fact that he doesn't have the formal education that these guys would swear that you need so much. But Rich Paul built one of the biggest agencies without it, so that's why they tried to do that, and it didn't stick.
It didn't stick. But that's my point. Because it's Rich Paul. When you think about Rich Paul, you think about self-made entrepreneur, guy who represents NBA and other athletes in this world. That's a big name, bro. And now if you're a top recruiter, why and you see the situation that's going on with Noel's, why would I want this guy representing me? That hurts your brand. That hurts your image.
What you mean? Why would you want Nerlens Noel representing me? I don't.
You know, why would you want that guy representing you in terms of Rich Paul? Why would I want him representing me?
Well, you would want him representing you if you know you the top of the top. Like if you a marquee guy, you would want Rich Paul because he got a lot of connections and stuff. He's one of the biggest agents. But if you're not one of those guys, you wouldn't want Rich Paul because you'll just get put on the back burner. You see, it's an agency. Like that's what happens a lot of times with the business. Is like when you profitable, they all in your face. They want everything to do with you. But the second you see it in really any industry. Like you see it with the NBA play, you see it with a lot of the players. Like soon as Isaiah Thomas had a messed up hip and he couldn't do nothing for him anymore, they just cut ties. Like that's what a lot of agencies, really any industry. Once you're not profitable, once you can't do nothing for that person anymore, they're not really worried about you no more. That's just how it is.
If you ain't constantly selling them tickets, selling jerseys and all that, like your name in the headlights and all that all the time or whatever. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like you, Nerlens, Noel,
it's all a business.
You already not really a star. You trying to break into that threshold, and then you miss half the season. And then Rich Paul, you clutch agency, and you already got guys like Anthony Davis, Ben Simmons, LeBron James, a long list. That's like you easily put a guy like Nerlens.
I don't like that mindset. I really hate that mindset.
I mean, yeah, it's like, bad, but that's just how it is.
It's like being a high school teacher or a teacher, and you only care about some students in your class and not all your students in your class.
It shit run on money, bro. Like once you're not profitable, bro, you could get cut like that. That's just how it is.
Because you gotta think about it, Ed. At the end of the day, that person, I got to make the choice at the end of the day. I got to make the choice if, I want to be at this or if I don't.
But I don't believe you, King, because if Jay-Z's in your ear telling you one thing, you're going to listen to Jay-Z.
That's cool.
Rich Paul was in his ear telling him one thing. He's going to listen to Rich Paul. Why? Because he's seen Rich Paul get a lot of guys some money.
That's what I'm
like. That's literally all.
But how? Look,
but it's like okay.
I done seen so many movies about the sports agent that's trying to swindle guys, and like, that's what a lot of guys do. Like the priority is to build your business, and like a lot of guys, like to get to that top, like you gotta be like sick in the head to where you're willing to not really care and you're willing to step on whoever you need to step on in order to get to where you need to go, and just not even think about the motherfuckers that can't help you.
Put it like this. Since you said Jay-Z, I'm pretty sure, just like with Gucci being independent, I'm pretty sure endless like labels try to get at him or whatever. But if he's making money off what he's doing right now, he don't need those, those record labels trying to sign him. He's good without him.
He was a big trapper too, though.
But still, he's still good without it. He ain't need it. Just like Nerlens Noel probably didn't need Rich Paul. Like he got a good offer with the agent he had now.
I can't agree. Like when you look at the situation, especially when you look at it in hindsight, it looks even worse in hindsight. But even back then, it's just like I don't know. I don't remember back then if I thought Nerlens Noel was $100 million guy.
What? When he was top 6 pick for a reason.
Don't mean it.
No, but he didn't even play for the first wow.
Bro, yeah, wildin'. When you look at his productivity on the court,
$100 million back then.
Bro, it's been
like a guaranteed $100 million to where you're turning down 70 off rip.
How much is Rudy Gobert getting in today's market? You're telling me if he plays 80, I promise you.
Rudy Gobert is one of the best defensive centers of all time.
But Nerlens Noel is too. Not all. I'm not saying all time.
Rudy Gobert.
Not Rudy Gobert at all. Like Rudy Gobert.
I wish I had it off the top of my head right now. I wish I seen the tweet that I seen about Nerlens Noel around the rim and finishing around the rim. He's
I mean, yeah, that's cool and all, but he might have a stat around the rim, but as far as like impact, like he's no
his ability to protect the rim is very similar to Gobert. Very similar to
But
Gobert.
He doesn't have an impact like Rudy Gobert does.
It's not fucking with Gobert.
It's not.
Like that's a what is he, 3 times?
We will be talking about Nerlens Noel like it ain't no problem.
Like bro, like bro, those same statistics that say that for Nerlens Noel, it's a bunch of advanced analytics that have Rudy Gobert as like historically.
I'm not saying he's a better defender than Rudy Gobert, but I'm saying he can almost sit in that same bracket. That's what I'm saying.
Just like any other center.
No,
I don't think he's on the
It's
same.
just
I don't
because-
think Nerlens Noel was ever on the same tier as Rudy Gobert as
It's
defensive centers.
It's simply because Rudy is on a playoff team year in and year out, so he's getting more of that recognition. That's all it is.
And Noel-
That's not.
I mean,
that's not
but
what
he's a part of that process though. Them turning themselves into players.
Yeah, like they're that
not
good
really.
literally
He wasn't the main
it's Rudy
soul.
Gobert.
He wasn't the main source, but he was a part of it though.
Of course, everybody on the team was part of something.
Is Donovan and
Everybody
I'm
on
not
the team
even.
was
I'm
part
not
of
even.
something.
I'm not even about to argue Nerlens Noel and Rudy Gobert.
That's not a
on
debate.
the
I'm
team.
simply
It's
just
not a
saying he's a
debate
good.
at
I'm
all.
simply just saying he's a good rim defender. That's all I'm saying. He's a good rim protector. I'm not saying that he's good
But
at
like
Rudy Gobert.
$100 million. I don't.
But $100
Rudy
million
Gobert's
though?
name. Rudy Gobert's name was named, and that's a name that shouldn't have been named.
100. I said no. I said Rudy Gobert because you look at the type of money that he's getting. He's played 82. Like to Ev's point, he's
Man's getting like 150 mil, bro. 140.
yeah, and
like,
he's in the playoff team year in and year out. If
and we
Noel's
see what he does in the playoffs year in and year out. Look what the fuck happened against the Clippers, and look how he was looking. Terrible.
Nerlens, wait.
He let Terrence Mann drop 40.
But what did Nerlens do in the
He
Wait,
let Terrence Mann drop 40, and we discussing that.
So why do people do this thing to where they blame Rudy Gobert for the perimeter defense of the Jazz?
You didn't see what happened? They put him on Terrence Mann, and look what Terrence Mann did.
You know why? Because none of the wings could guard nobody out there, and they kept
None of the wings could guard Terrence Mann.
of the year 3 times, and you're expected
They
to at
can't
least
guard
come
Terrence
out.
Mann.
Hey fellas, we got 8 minutes. I'm letting y'all know that.
They can't guard Terrence Mann.
At the end of the day, this is only ain't got Rudy Gobert and Nerlens Noel, two totally different.
It's two totally different,
tiers.
bro.
Like you're talking about what is it? 3-time defensive player of the year
Because of analytics, he didn't even deserve 2 of those.
because of his impact. Y'all gotta watch him play more. That's all that is.
No, that's what I'm about to say to you. Y'all gotta watch Noel more. If you watch Noel more, you will see.
We have, and he hasn't done
Alright.
nothing special.
All right.
He was
Why
not
didn't
on
why
defensive
why
impact.
did why didn't wait
That was
wait
fine.
wait.
But
Why didn't Dallas give him that $100 million then if he was doing what Rudy Gobert could do?
because he hasn't been able to
He
play.
simply look to go in a different direction. What do you mean? I can
Man, I'm
control
putting
Mark.
Steven Adams on those.
You're out of your mind. You're out of your mind if you're trying to say he's on the same tier as Rudy Gobert.
I never said that.
You're out of your.
All I said was he's a good rim defender, bro. That's
He's a good rim. He's a good rim defender. He's just not $100 million.
We shouldn't be making that
this
comparison.
This is not even nothing to talk about right now. Obviously, he's not $100 million man, but at that time when he was offered that contract, he was 23 years.
wasn't.
He was 23 years old. 23, 24 years old. A top 7 pick in the NBA draft with still tons of potential that just got hurt. He played his first 2 seasons. He got hurt in year 3 and 4. Okay, you still would take a bark on that guy. I'm not saying he's worth $100 million, but he damn sure wasn't worth what he signed for. Like that's all I'm saying. That man.
Well, yeah, that's the point. But he signed for that.
He
because
signed.
He took that risk. He literally did that. Like
That's what I'm
he
saying. That's
signed that
on
1 year
him.
minimum. Like he
That
didn't
is all on
sign.
him.
He didn't sign nothing else. He signed a 1 year minimum. It was just like that. Rich Paul. And the crazy thing is, if you Rich
know
Paul,
what's making me mad? Why you
if
saying?
you Rich Paul, you don't lose nothing from it.
But okay, so where did he sign to? Q.
Where did who sign to?
Nerlens Noel. That offseason, where did he sign to?
I think the 1 year deal was just with Dallas to play again with Dallas.
Okay, I'm not sure if it's
And-
the same
and,
year,
yeah.
but he played for Dallas in 16 and 17, and then after that he went to OKC. Q, how was
Yeah.
he?
Oh yeah. Matter of fact,
That's where it was,
That's
OKC.
one. Wait.
So-
That's one thing I
He ain't
forgot
do
to
nothing
say.
with us. He
That
ain't do nothing
OKC
with us.
deal. Rich Paul ain't even do that. Russ and PG had recruited him
So okay,
and shit.
that doesn't even matter. So what do you want him to
That's some
showcase?
crazy
in
shit
the,
though.
What do you want him to showcase in the ample playing time that he had? That little bit of playing time that he had. You know, Adams was getting 30 plus. I think that's around the time they had Cantor for one of those years as well. So what did you want Noel to do?
What do you mean? What did I want him to do?
All right.
Like what do you mean? What did I want him to do?
I know we got like 5 or 6 minutes left.
I'm not blaming him for not earning $100 million. I'm blaming him like, bro, I'm not about to put every single ounce of blame on Rich Paul when he's the one that cut ties with his agent and had the $70 million on the table. It's like, yeah, Rich, like it's a sports agency. They're trying to benefit themselves. Yeah, they're trying to build you up, but at the same time, it's to benefit themselves.
Bro, you look at the market.
You should have known the risk you were taking by taking a $4 million deal and turning down a 3-year $70.
All right.
Today's market, every player is making anything, bro. If Steve Adams got 4 years, 100 mil when he was in OKC, you telling me Nerlens Noel
Exactly.
he's able to play 82 games in a season?
I mean, that's
Exactly.
a good way. Yeah. Okay. What you're saying is true. But at the end of the day, you had something on the table. You had 3 years 70 on the table. You was like, nah, I'm not gonna sign that. I'm gonna bet on myself. I'm gonna take this huge ass risk, sign a 1-year deal, knowing if I get hurt or anything, or if something don't work out, then I'm not gonna get what I'm asking for, and I might not even get close to the 3 year 70. So he did that. It didn't work out. I mean,
It's not Rich Paul. And Rich Paul be like, oh shit, all right. That's all you're gonna look at it as. Like,
I got a different question for y'all. We spent a lot of time, more than necessary, talking about Nerlens and Noel. Like, it's like, but shit, it was a good topic. Hell of a topic. Great debate. Great debate for sure. My next question to y'all, real quick. What do y'all think is the best Jordan shoe? And I will go ahead and start it off. So the question is best Jordan shoe. And I think the best Jordan shoe to me is the Cool Gray 11s. I just think
we talking about the design.
We talking about colorways.
I'm just strictly saying the best Jordan shoe in general. So like, you know, everybody probably got their own favorite number. My favorite number is the ones. I love all ones.
Yeah,
but
I was just going
just the shoe in general about the Cool Grades. I think the way he put that together, the sexy Cool Grade colors, the icy bottom, that's for sure my favorite Jordan shoe. Now, if y'all can want to say a number or anything in general, y'all, you know, whatever y'all favorite Jordan shoe is, just go ahead and say it.
Well, I don't know if I'm gonna single it down to one, but matter of fact, I'm gonna just name my favorite, like, for like the numbers. Ones is up there. Yeah. Ones.
I should have did that.
4s, 5s, 11s. Or those are
the 4s hard, but I can't say my favorite for the 4s. But okay,
those are my top 4.
Who else?
I say my top 3: the 11s, the 6s.
6 is fire.
For me, it depends on what 6.
True.
I say I like the 2s.
I like the 2s.
Low key.
I like the Don C 2s.
Yeah.
Them bitches is hard.
Joe Mark, favorite Jordans?
To me, my favorite Jordan of all time, like if I had to pick one Jordan sneaker, has to be the Olympic 7s. Those is tough. Those are like
it's all tough, but the all time.
All time. They're clean. I remember I was like 7, 8 years old the first time I saw those sneakers, and I was like, nah, what are these sneakers? That was like before I'm like Jordans or like basketball and shit. So to me, I think that's why like it holds a special like attachment to it, because that was like the first MJ sneaker that I've seen. So I think, but the best playing, like to me, the best Jordan sneakers to play with are the 11s. The 11s are, you can't get more comfortable than playing with the 11s.
Nah, I never played the Jordan.
I say, yeah, you bold as shit. Yeah. Especially 11s. Yeah, you bold as shit.
I look like playing in a Jordan shoe.
Unless I got like, if I'm like got a whole rack of money, I just got like 2 pairs of each shoes or 3 pairs.
Nah, I ain't that. Them shit's uncomfortable. Like them shit's terrible to do anything athletic in.
You got one, Mark? Got a minute on here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the 4s. Either the all gray ones, the suede Jones, or the white cement.
The cements. Lord Jesus, when they dropped in high school. Oh my God. Yeah. Damn, the motherfuckers was hard.
I love the white cement 3s. With the Nike Air Jordan.
Okay, yeah.
I don't really like 3s, but I fuck with them Jones heavy.
I'm waiting on them to redrop the Toro Bravo 4s. I've been waiting on them.
I got them. I got them in my closet. But
Cool Grades is dropping again in November, December.
Okay, back to that too. We appreciate everybody that tuned into episode 69 of Facts and Stats. It was a great episode. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and tell a friend about everything that we got going on the show, man. We appreciate y'all.
Comment, motherfucker.
If we go.
Football Saturday.
That's it. College football Saturday, NFL Sunday back next week.